What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes
Warning, the video you are about to watch contains graphic descriptions of violent events and crimes. All media used is censored and is used only for critical commentary and educational purposes. No happy endings in no way promotes, condones, or glorifies such materials or actions. No illegal material was viewed, downloaded, or used in any way in the production of this video. Viewer discretion is advised. The Wagner Group, also known as the Wagner Private Military Company, or PMC Wagner, is a Russian paramilitary force, founded in 2014. The true origins and leaderships of this group remain muddied, though many news outlets and other sources name Yevgeny Prigozhin as the founder, which is blatantly obvious is true, yet it is adamantly denied in true Russian fashion. The group has become infamous for their disgusting passion for war crimes, and their tendency to publicize these acts as a means to taunt and boost morale, or sometimes even recruit. The group utilizes pop culture, social media, anime, and toxic internet personality to recruit its members, and its members also hold secret Telegram channels to share their crimes and intel. Some of these crimes made it to the surface web gore sites, and so on, like the infamous Wagner Sledgehammer video. Since 2014, the group has been committing atrocious acts across the globe, and hell, that isn't even the first or last incident involving a sledgehammer. Wagner mercenaries quickly established a reputation for brutality and ruthlessness on the battlefields of Chechnya. Human rights organizations documented numerous cases of torture, rape, and murder of civilians, as well as revenge attacks. Many of these war crimes went unpunished due to the group's lack of accountability to any official chain of command. Despite using them, the Russian Kremlin and Putin deny all accountability altogether, as they're not the Russian military. During the Syrian civil war, the Wagner Group was notorious for their brutal tactics and disregard for civilian life. They were accused of more war crimes, including torture and rape, as per usual. There were also accusations of summary executions and unlawful killing of civilians. At least that's what the text says. Verbatim. They also used indiscriminate and disproportionate force, including targeting civilians and civilian infrastructure with explosives. While operating in the Central African Republic, the PMC were accused of horrific war crimes and atrocities. Witnesses reported Wagner mercenaries looting and murdering civilians, including children. They attacked and stole from hospitals and humanitarian aid convoys. In one incident in 2021, Wagner mercenaries attacked a funeral and killed at least 9 people, which of course included children. A mercenary group run via chaos and superior firepower in most cases, as they seemingly love to terrorize civilians and POWs more than actual combatants. The group is also believed to have recruited members via Russian prisons, many of which are said to be used as, quote, cannon fodder. In other words, meat for the front lines so the more important operatives, so to speak, can survive and do the dirty work they like to do. A video in particular that has caught my attention, however, is one that once again led me down the Wagner PMC rabbit hole, and led to this video being made in the first place. A savage video, recorded in a dank, dark basement room in 2022. A man in fatigue stands behind another man who is restrained, and his head secured to a brick against the wall with heavy-duty tape. The man begins to speak and explain his story. He explains that he is Yevgeny Nuzin, and that he is 55 years old. Nuzin said that he was kidnapped on the 11th of November 2022, while walking in the streets of Kiev, Ukraine. He said he was knocked out cold and awoke where we see him in the video. However, Russia is the king of propaganda, and Wagner is no stranger to such tactics. According to Gulagu.net, which is a Russian anti-corruption, anti-torture human rights organization and website, Nuzin was either recaptured or passed back to the Russian army, which handed him over to Wagner Security Service. According to the Telegram channel, Cheka OGPU, Nuzin was returned on November 11th, in a 45-45 prisoner exchange. Nozin stated that he joined the Wagner group after Yevgeny Prigozhin visited his prison in Ryazan. After training for 7 days, he arrived on the front line of the Russian invasion. On September 4th, he decided to surrender. Nozin was then captured by Ukraine, and as a prisoner of war, he gave an interview to a Ukrainian journalist, Yuri Butusov, and said that he only joined the Wagner group to get out of prison quickly, and so he could surrender to Ukraine. He argued that he was opposed to the Russian invasion and expressed his hope to stay in Ukraine and wished to fight for the armed forces of Ukraine. And this is what led to his demise. On November 13th of 2022, a Wagner-led Telegram channel released a video titled "The Hammer of Revenge." And in it, as we previously stated, Nozin begins to explain his name and age and how he supposedly ended up in the grim scenario in which he was in. He then states he woke up in this basement, and this is where he will be tried. That is when the Wagner mercenary behind him slams the sledgehammer full force into the side of his head, causing a visceral reaction of gore to explode, and his body to fly backwards where he is continuously hammered. The act itself is propaganda, a message to send to those who betray Wagner. Sledgehammers have become sort of their mascot, or at least it's fair to say their signature tool of torture. In the prior video we mentioned that is typically referred to as the Wagner Sledgehammer video. It shows the brutal murder of Hamadi Bota, a Syrian army deserter, who was beaten to death with a sledgehammer by members of the Wagner group, before his body was beheaded and set on fire. These two videos grew with such notoriety that the group created patches showing these sorts of acts, encouraging it, and worse. In November of 2022, when the European Parliament adopted a resolution designating Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism due to the Wagner group, Prigozhin sent a sledgehammer smeared with fake blood to the European Parliament. The group has since continued to operate and commit atrocities across the world, with even more barbaric acts being committed in the Congo. Multiple sources accuse Wagner forces of mass rape and murder and looting as they attempt to quell an anti-government rebellion. Witnesses reported Wagner mercenaries entering villages and executing men and boys while raping the women and girls. In one instance in 2023, satellite images confirmed the Wagner group buried hundreds of civilians in mass graves. The Wagner group's record of war crimes and atrocities stretches back over a decade in multiple continents. The brutality and disregard for the lives of civilians and prisoners threatens global peace and security as a whole. Putin and the Kremlin avoid accountability, as I said, purely by claiming they are not responsible for the company, as it's not Russia's army. The group brazenly taunts opposition, even openly includes snippets of some of their horrific war crimes in their recruitment videos. And in one of their more recent ones, it shows Prigozhin in gear promising new recruits lavish lifestyles, excellent training and fitness, and more for the upcoming World War III. Ominous as always and disgusting in nature when it boils down to it. These acts are inexcusable and ultimately terrifying. On August 23, 2023, the founder of the Wagner PMC, Yevgeny Prigozhin, was killed in an airplane crash. The airplane was en route from Moscow to St. Petersburg, killing all 10 people aboard. A Wagner Telegram channel then allegedly confirmed that the jet was shot down by Russian air defenses over Tver Oblast. However, this claim is contested due to the lack of visible missile trails and released footage. According to the US and other Western officials, however, preliminary intelligence reports led them to believe that an explosion on board may have been the cause, but either way, a truly evil and heinous man is dead. So then what of Wagner? Pavel Prigozhin, the son of the original founder, has since taken over operations for the Wagner private military company, and continues to commit war crimes across the world, with the Congo being the more recent nation to fall into the propaganda and manipulation of the group. A statue dedicated to the late founder was recently erected, a shameful stain on an already battered entire nation stuck in a cruel war. Media coming from the Congo is rarely discussed, but is some of the most savage and cruel when it comes to gore. And with Wagner being there, it makes for a truly scary time to be alive for many in our world. If you like this video and want more like it, or perhaps even more content more extreme than this, check out the links in the description to support us directly. There you can also access our premium content located nowhere else and gain Discord access to talk to me daily, a digital library with my entire deleted channel, and you can also follow us on social media as well as Rumble too, for those videos that are too much for YouTube. This isn't the first time I've discussed Wagner, and I doubt it will be the last. Hi. Oh wait, this isn't the start of the video. I recorded this at a different time. Like, this is a whole other day. This is some time traveling shit. That's why I'm really pretty right now, you know? I've been winking a lot in my videos now. I don't know what that means. But not as scared as this guy was when he woke up to his fucking head being taped to a wall. You know, I hate to say it, but it was seeing this clip that kind of just sparked this inspiration of just, we need to bring old school Moth back. Like, we just need to get back on camera, get back on the horse. You need to get the visuals going for people, you know. Most of us have ADHD or just something. We need some fucking motion on screen. You can't take the... And then the spooky dookie narrator. That's just my voice, by the way, when I'm reading. Anyway, so just so y'all know, you already got my promo from earlier where I talked about the premium pages and stuff, but it's just one quick bit about that to clarify some stuff here about censorship and stuff. So YouTube is not going to let me show a lot, whereas Rumble will let me go far more relaxed on the censorship, and same thing with my premium pages. Obviously, with the premium pages, you're getting a whole fuck ton more, but for you all out there that just, you know, want the most you can get, go follow that Rumble as well. Use one of my referral links or whatever, make an account. Evil fucking Nazis are there. Yeah, cool, but, like, have you ever been on a gore site? Have you ever been on Twitter? For fuck's sake, have you ever seen Facebook? Have you ever seen a commentator, YouTuber's comment section? There's bad people all over the internet. I'm just trying to give you the best entertainment I possibly can. Any way I can. So let's get into the quote-unquote reaction. I like to call it the analysis because that gives me an excuse to type out the word anal. Not really, but it does actually contain that. And yeah. While I pull up this video and get it loaded up, I want you to know that as a young child, the way I learned how to spell assassin adequately, like, you know, like off the top of my head type shit, was because I was playing the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind and naming my class, and I had to like type it out, obviously, and my brother told me how to spell it, and I looked at it and I'm like, ass in. Oh, look, it loaded. Honestly, you know, I was one of the top rated educational YouTube channels in the US at one point. Maybe I should start teaching on YouTube. No. Please no. Anyway, let's watch this guy get Gallaghered. This one has subtitles, so let's see what we can see. Let's see if I can censor that without censoring the subtitles. All right, let's begin. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. GTA 4. That's all I'm gonna say. This is what happens when you ignore your cousin long enough and you don't play darts with him.
А у вас есть понимание, как дальше сложится ваша жизнь?
Я не знаю, как она сложится.
How do all people in that, like, how do all men in that part of Russia, like, just look like cigarettes? Does that make sense?
Хоть что-то сделать против этого Путина и так далее.
Я нужен Евгений
Oh.
1967 года рождения.
I feel like Excedrin's not going to help this one. Just... I should probably raise this up. So I'm not... Oh, they hit him in the head, he says. If you listen, you can hear, like, the city or something in the back. Oh! Oh my! Huh. His beard was present still. Oh. That was it? I'm not gonna lie, that was lackluster. I thought it was just like... I mean, there was a little gore there. It was just, like, it was shocking. Okay, I mean... Most of it was him yapping, and yeah, there's some propaganda video going along with it too. I mean, they're really proud of this shit. Like I said, they have patches. That's bad. But Plague Moth, don't you sell Funky Town shirts? I do. I sell a lot of interesting merch. That is more of a fan thing. I'm not trying to sell myself on that, believe it or not, because that doesn't benefit me as much as people think financially. That is truly like I enjoy seeing the fans wear my merch and stuff. It's really cool seeing you guys rep stuff. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. I'm a little disappointed I couldn't fit in Hammer Time or any other kind of joke into it. Oh, that's bad of me. You don't even know which way I mean. No, the other one, I don't want to say was better, but it was more gruesome. There was a lot to go with it. The other one I felt bad for. This guy I don't, I got to admit. Like this whole... You know when the plane got shot down, I talked about in the narrative, that I was pretty... not that I condone death or whatever, but it was a good thing for the world for someone like, you know, the guy who founded Wagner to not be around. Like, that's a good thing for the planet. And lo and behold, like any other kind of like terrorist cell, the guy had a son and it gets passed down like a fucking monarchy. Jeez. That's so bad. But, well, with that, we're going to close this out. You know where to find me. Check out those links in the description. You already got my premium page ad. I'm not going to hit you with it again. I'm trying to learn from that. But I will tell you to go check out the social media as well. I like to troll back trolls on Instagram, so there's a bit of that mixed with memes and updates and whatnot. But like I said, I recommend the premium stuff, not only for my benefit, but for yours as well. You're getting access to my entire deleted YouTube library, all new stuff, upcoming stuff, sneak peeks, early access on content, tons of exclusive content, as well as, like I said, you can chat with me every day in the Discord. Like, I'm there chit-chatting. You must live in Discord. No, I actually just value my community. I don't, like, have, like, 2 friends, like, yell at you in general chat, and that's it. It's, like, good times. Either way, I love you all dearly. And remember, if it bleeds, it leads.